Welcome back, everyone. So, if you're on the edge of your seat now, gripping tightly, you might be feeling a little bit like me. So, for people who are as old as we are, you might recognize the name Steve-O. And that is the stage name of Stephen Glover. I didn't know that until I read.
Nope. Everyone knows Steve-O.
Yeah. He's known by his stage name, and he got famous perhaps when we were teenagers in the 90s. No, when I was a teenager in the 90s. Sorry, I forget you're a bit younger. And he was on a show called Jackass, and they were famous for doing all kinds of crazy stunts, a lot of them very dangerous. I remember him snorting wasabi sauce or like jumping off things and breaking multiple bones, and it was an entire sort of crazy stunt show a long time ago when you could make those kinds of shows. So that sort of built his reputation. He actually went to clown college, so he does have sort of an education in falling down and physical comedy and things like that. He got a little bit out of control maybe, and got into drinking too much, perhaps some drugs. Maybe as a result of the painkillers, I don't know. It doesn't mention that. But in 2009, he decided to get sober and get healthy and sort of get his life back on track. But, you know, his career sort of was quiet then. His fame had peaked and was on the wane. But now he has returned. He has a new crazy stunt planned. Again, he usually focuses on things that are dangerous for himself, not others. And this time he has decided to get breast implants. A proper full plastic surgery. He says he's not interested in the gender transition. He's just going to have breast plants for a while. I assume after the stunt is over, he will then have them removed and return to his normal self, possibly with some baggier skin in the chest area. But yes, the results of this remain to be seen. But I guess this is an attempt to perhaps restart his crazy stunt career. Wow. Yeah. Goodness me.
It took a many wild turns in his career.
Yes, but consistent. He's always stuck to one type of stunt comedy.
Oh, and his voice is so unique. Just look up an interview with Steve-O and you're like, oh, okay, well, that's a voice.
Yes, very recognizable. Yes. So let's think about this crazy guy and his crazy career. And if somebody offered you money, John, would you be willing to try any of the stunts mentioned in the article, you know, that Steve-O has tried?
Mentioning the snorting of wasabi, I did snort chili flakes when in college.
I think you told me this story. Oh my goodness, yes.
And that was for zero money. So I'm guessing wasabi, if they give me a couple of dollars here and there, that'd be fine with me. Other ones, the B one, for enough money, sure. I don't mind it. I don't mind a couple Bs. I've been stung a couple.
How much money?
Oh, geez. It wouldn't have to be too much, actually. Just having the experience, I think, would also be a little bit fun. But I'm guessing, you know what, enough to kind of boost my way into a year. So a couple paychecks worth, maybe 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that would be about it.
Guys, let's start the fund. Let's start the donations. If we all pool our money, you know, next episode we could have
John in the bikini.
John in the bikini.
Just warn me so I can lose some weight and look good as the bees are stinging me.
Don't worry, it'll take us a while to get our cash together.
Oh, good.
So, obviously, there's a lot of fun to be had, but some people might say that dangerous stunts should not be performed on TV or movies because it's going to give some young people some bad ideas. Yeah. What do you think about that?
I think we've kind of seen the evidence of that being true. When you go onto YouTube, there are prank YouTubers. And although a lot of them are faked, so they're like, hey, I'm going to pull a prank, act surprised, and then they start filming. There are a few who are not pranked. And there's actually one of the YouTubers shot in America because he was running at someone with a knife as a prank. Oh, no. There was a kid brought to the police in the UK, because he's a kid, not an adult, for breaking and entering multiple people's houses as a prank. These things should be much more harshly punished. The person who shot the other YouTuber was not convicted for anything because obviously if someone's running at you with a knife, then it's in the US okay to defend yourself. So yeah, it's obviously bled into society. So Steve-O doing things to himself, it's kind of fine because it's trying to show that you can do pranks, just don't involve anyone else. That's okay. If you want to prank yourself by running at yourself with a knife, do it all day long. Yeah.
True. Maybe Steve-O is one of the better role models.
Yeah.
Yes, for pranking.
Yeah.
You should focus on yourself and not try to endanger others. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, there's a few sobering thoughts. So we got some really great vocabulary, as you can imagine, in the vocab section. So check it out and consider your pranks very carefully, even if it's to yourself. Don't hurt yourself.
Yeah.
All right. And we'll see you in the next one if you're still alive. Bye.
Snort.
Snort.
Tame.
Tame.
Refrain.
Refrain.
Revolting.
Revolting.
Rehab.
Rehab.